We're going to find the area of the surface generated by revolving the region bounded by y equals x cubed, x equals 1, and x equals 2 around the x-axis. So this is approximately x cubed. So at 1 here, we'd have the point 1 comma 1, since 1 cubed is 1. And at x equals 2, so it intersect at 2, 8. Okay, and we're revolving this around. So if we were finding volumes, for example, this could have been a problem we would have been able to do with disks. But now we are finding surface area. So remember our formula here, we're going to go from A to B. Since we're revolving around the x-axis, we're going to go in the x direction. 2 pi, and then we're going to have our f of x, which will be our what y is equal to our x cubed. And then the square root of 1 plus the derivative f prime of x squared. Okay, so our a and our b are going to be our x kind of limits here, 1 and 2. So we're going from 1 up to 2. We have this 2 pi. Our f of x here is x cubed, which we know the derivative there, y prime, will be 3x squared. So then we have the square root of 1 plus, we're going to take the derivative, 3x squared, and square that, dx. So now we can pull this 2 pi out front, so we're going to have 2 pi the integral from 1 to 2 of x cubed times the square root of 1 plus, now if we square this, we have to square the 3 and square the x squared, which gives us x to the 4th dx. Now this becomes a u substitution integral. So we would let u be equal to 1 plus 9x to the 4th, what's under the square root. So then du would be equal to 36x cubed dx. Now we do have this x cubed, which is what we need. We're going to divide both sides by 36. So we're going to have 1 over 36, which we can put out front. Du is equal to our x cubed dx. So when we do the u substitution, we're going to put the 136 out front. So we're going to have 2 pi over 36. Now we're going to have to change our limits. If we put in 1, we're going to get 10. And if we put in 2, we get 145. And then we have the square root of u du. Now this becomes something that's not hard to integrate. So we can reduce this, the 2 and the 36, to 1 over 18 times our pi. What we're going to be integrating is u to the 1/2, so the antiderivative is 2/3 u to the 3/2, and we're going to plug in 145 and then subtract, plugging in 10. Now if you reduce the fraction out front now, 1 over 18 times 2 over 3, well, we can cancel out the 2 and make this a 9. So out front we can put pi over 27, and then we're going to put in 145, so we'd have 145, the square root of 145 cubed. So remember the numerator is the exponent and the denominator is the root. Oops, sorry, that should be 145 cubed minus the square root of 10 cubed. Now, with square roots, you can pull out squares, so kind of our most exact answer here would be pi over 27, 145, the square root of 145, minus 10, the square root of 10. And if you put this in your calculator, you get something like 199.5. Okay, so a little review on u substitution and how we can use that in this formula for finding the surface area.